Welcome once again to the RPG Hunt. So we got Tim with us tonight, and that'll be we just have one player tonight, which is perfectly fine because the scenario I have set up for him is going to work for that. Obviously, we're hey Tim, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
um, and once again, we are using Fantasy Grounds and Sirenscape for the background sounds that we will have tonight. So we, as normal, Tim, you're gonna have 2 hours from this starting point here to get this done. So it is 2 minutes past 7:30 in Central Standard Time. So we'll say till 9:35.
All
That
right,
way you get a little bit of the intro into this. Okay, so let's get rocking.
all right.
Alrighty, so you've you spent a night hanging around the town, hanging out, going to a couple of the taverns there and having a good time. Not getting wasted, but getting a good buzz.
Okay.
And you went to go lay down. Um, you went to go lay down, and as you went to fall asleep, and as you come to wake up in the morning, you smell a musky smell of
Mm,
earth and rust that permeates a different area as you're coming to you feel yourself um, sitting on what seems to be straw,
okay.
and a faint glow of torch lights in a nearby corridor, and cast of shadow on the wall of a barred door to a cell that you find
Oh,
yourself in.
didn't
It-
realize I had that good of a time.
yeah, and the ground is covered, obviously in like moldy straw and small puddles of rancid liquid.
Okay, I get up immediately and brush myself off.
Right.
Take stock. Do I have anything in my pockets? Do I have clothes on?
You have nothing that you were wearing before. Um, Nothing, none of
But
your
I do have
armor,
clothes
weapons. Like you have common clothes on.
on.
That
Okay.
is it. And so
Not my clothes though.
let me share what you see here.
All right.
Um, and let me pull your character. Okay, I don't need to see that anymore. Yeah, there you are, bud. Now on your, and I didn't want to do this beforehand, so you knew what to do it. But when you look at your character, I
Uh,
want you to go to your inventory,
okay.
and then when you see your chainmail, you just
Yep.
set that to carried, or just unequip your javelins, your longsword, and your shield. I'm actually doing it for you.
Oh, okay, good.
So
Because
you're
I don't know
at
how to do that. You check
yeah,
on the little bag and that does that. Okay.
yeah, and then I think your chainmail put it as carried. So, but it's you'll see the empty spaces. And everything else. So obviously everything else that you would have in through here. I'm not going to do it through all your pieces,
Yeah, yeah, but I
but yeah,
understand I don't have any gear on me.
you have common clothes on, um,
Okay.
but that's it. And you're sitting here in a cell. What do you do?
Um, so I suppose the first thing I do is go over and see if I can open the door, because you never know unless you try.
Yeah, as you come over to the door, it shakes a little bit, but it definitely is locked.
Is the handle locked or is it like barred?
So what you see is like these rusted bars that are there
Yeah.
that are rusted bars, but they're still holding their toughness. So they're definitely rusted, like it's been
They're
some time,
decrepit but
but
solid.
exactly.
Okay.
And you can as you peer across, like I said, this is mildly lit corridor and things like that. And as you're looking, you can see there's a cell across from you, but you really can't see much into it other than the information or the what you can basically see here. You can see another cell door, but you can't really see anything beyond it.
Okay. Take
And you,
stock of the cell. Is there a cot or a bed?
yeah, you see some partially a furnished cell that is very basic. Go ahead and give me, let's see, give me an investigation check if you would.
Seven.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, as you're looking around into here, you definitely see the walls around here that are seeming somewhat sturdy. The to your north is seeming a little bit off base a little bit, but the there's really, as you're searching around through, you're looking through the hay and maybe for weapons or anything like that. Maybe it was left in here or anything like that.
Yeah, take stock of the whole space. I mean,
Right.
investigate thoroughly, of course.
And you find some rocks and things like that. The wall to your north seems a little bit battered, and things like that, but that's about it.
Okay. Is there like a little water cup and a bowl of water or an urn or anything like that? Or
There's nothing.
nothing? Okay. Hmm. So I'm gonna. Does the door open inward or outward?
These doors would open up outward.
So there's no like getting behind the door or anything like that. Is why I'm asking. All
And
right.
these
I
are
think the best
full
play for.
like regular old school from like the cells that you would see in any movie or like from the 1920s. Like they're just, it's
Oh, we're
just
talking like almost like the cells in Gunsmoke.
right.
You know, with
So,
like the
but
metal bars and the door's made
correct.
of bars, but it's
It's
it's a
stone
separate
all
thing.
around you, but the door where
Okay.
it sit, it's iron bars that are
Okay.
rusted but still hold true.
So I think the best thing for me right now is to just play this out. I don't think it's going to be good for me to make a stink necessarily yet. So I'll wait for just a while, like wait for maybe 30 minutes, just kind of sit back away from the door so that I'll see anybody coming and have some warning if they try to come in there or whatever, and
Hmm.
back up like I get into the corner so I, can't be snuck up on,
Okay.
and kind of not sit alert, but sit where like if somebody does walk up, I can easily look like I'm just reclining and kicking back like I'm sleeping, and listen carefully for anyone to approach.
Okay. So let's give you some sounds that you're getting through here. So obviously you're some basic ominous noise that is happening through this entire place that is happening, and as you're sitting back, there's really not much that is happening through here.
Like I don't see anybody coming or going, no
Correct.
lights moving. Okay, so after about 20 minutes of nothing happening, I like take one of those smaller rocks, not a big rock, but one of the smaller ones,
Hmm.
and like run it across the bars, like drink, drink. Be like, where's a man supposed to get a glass of ale in here?
Okay.
Drink, drink,
Okay.
and see if that like brings anybody like any noises or I hear anybody approaching or anything.
So as you start just ranking on the bars there, a a blue humanoid small figure approaches you, and let me give you an idea what it looks like. looking like this.
All right, I'm not going to meta too much into that, but I know what that is.
And he starts jamming at the bars and speaking to you and just kind of sounding a little bit like
Vaguely goblinoid.
and what languages do you know?
Unfortunately, only Abyssal and Common.
Okay. So you hear in Abyssal that that this little thing, like, as it walks up, is like, "Hey, your time is coming. You are going to be fed, but we must plump you up. Food is coming. Food is coming. You must wait. You must wait. Stop making my
All
noise."
right.
And then he
All right. I act like I don't hear him and like go like in Common, or like I don't understand him. And in Common, I like go, I shouldn't be here. I'm not supposed to be here, or something like that. Just kind of ineffectual, kind of complaining, but not like real vigorous.
yeah, and he kind of goes,
And then
and
like go back to my,
he kind
yeah.
of laughs at you, spits at you, and walks away.
All right, go back to the one of the little nastier places, but that's not as bad as the whatever the fluid is on the ground, right?
Right.
A place where I can squat and kind of hunker up against the wall, and just if he's saying food's coming, they're gonna have to come bring that into me. So that's my chance. So I gather up the best rocks I can find and prepare to take advantage of my opportunity because they don't know that I understood them. Hopefully,
Okay. And across the corridor in this section here,
yeah,
you hear a voice. You can't, with the dim lighting and things like that, you can't really make it out.
yeah.
But you hear an individual speaking common that is telling you, "We gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here."
I kind of act like not that I'm ignoring him, but like I don't react.
Okay.
But I'm listening to see if he says anything else.
And he sits back for a minute and is just like, you don't hear anything for a minute or two.
I don't give it that long. I give it just a bit to see if he says anything else, and if he doesn't, I go, I'm open to options here, but I don't see a whole lot of opportunity. Like low, I'm trying,
Right.
not.
Yeah, and he's not speaking loudly to you. He's
No,
he's
no, I know,
he's
but I'm gonna try
whispering.
definitely keep it on the down low. Like I'm open to options here, but I don't see how we have a whole lot of choices here.
And he goes. He tells you. He goes, "Well, we gotta get out of these cells. I don't. I mean, that's first that we have to do is get it. Let's try to get out of these cells. Let me think. Let me think. Let's and he's kind of like thinking, like he's not sure, like, and he grabs a cell. And starts to kind of shake it a little bit,
Uh huh.
and he goes like, mine's a little weak, but I'm stronger than me.
Yeah, my arm doesn't reach across the way there, bud.
No. Yeah. Um,
You got any rope or anything in there?
no, I got They took everything from me.
You have clothing on, right?
Yeah.
Take it off and make a rope out of it. See if you can throw it and or I can reach it. Tie it to the bars. I'll try to pull the bar door open.
Yeah. Okay. So he takes off his shirt. He takes off his shirt and
Still can't see him well, but I can see him moving around in
yeah,
there.
you can see like this shadow, right?
Okay.
Um,
All right.
and you
The lights
see,
are out in the hall, right?
correct. I
There's
mean,
like a torch out in
they're
the hall or
densely,
something.
but how the
Candles or something.
yeah, and how they're
Okay.
like little torches that but have kind of they're not freshly wicked torches, so they're a
Yeah.
little bit
Guttering.
guttering. Correct.
Okay.
And so he takes off his clothes and then he goes with he kind of ties them together a little bit, and then he throws like I mean he's down to his skivvies. I mean he's got his pants and his shirt that he's goes and he's thrown them over to you and he hits he hits the bars. So and then he regathers himself and then he tosses it through and then like perfectly hits right there for you can grab it.
Okay. I grab it and get a good grip on it.
And and so
try to strength my way through that.
and so what he does is he goes and ties a knot around his gate.
Yeah.
And then he goes to well actually what he would do in this case is he would tell you to tie it around your gate. And so you tie it around the gate and you go to like force push it open and he's gonna help pull on the gate and help pull on your gate so it will hopefully maybe break open.
Yeah, he's saying his gate's weak, he said.
He said your gate was weaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. I misunderstood him then. All right, so I assist him.
So go ahead and roll your give me an athletics check with advantage.
Let me see. How do you toggle advantage?
You can on the bottom left hand
There we
side
go.
of your
I
screen.
just did.
Yeah, there you go.
I just did. Okay. A big whopping 13.
Okay, so as you go to press into here, and as you're pushing on it, and he's pulling, he's pulling the door, and it breaks open.
Okay.
And as you come out, or what do you do as the door opens?
Well, first I want to come out here and see if I can see what's up here.
So as you come out, that's one more to make sure before
Yeah, like up here is what I'm wanting to look at.
so it's complete rubble and shambles, like a cave in has happened.
So can I take like a larger rock and just bash that door in? His door?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, another strength check or
Yeah, you just give me
athletics.
Yeah, give me another athletics check. Oh yeah,
right,
definitely.
21.
So as you bang it, right?
Yeah.
It creases open, and as you
I'm still holding that rock that I used to do it, so if I need a weapon, I have something.
yeah,
It's an improvised weapon, but it's better than fists.
yeah, definitely. Give me 2 seconds. So, as you bring it open, the person is the individual in here is humanoid features.
Does he look kind of like them? Blue?
No, definitely not. Of
Okay.
like a humanoid that is, he's quickly, quickly grabbing his rags and he's
Yeah. Tell him, hurry, hurry, man, hurry.
untying them and putting his clothes on.
Yeah.
Um,
Tell him,
but
grab a smaller rock here. We need a weapon.
and you notice that he's also putting on his socks as well, because this individual, what you didn't expect, was a shorter individual,
Huh.
like a gnomish individual.
Huh.
And so,
All right. Fair
as
enough.
y'all,
I mean,
as
that's.
he's as he's coming out, let me pull him up here. What did I name him? Shit. Do, 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 do. Nope, not that one. I am. No. No, where's that? There she is. Sorry about this buzz.
It's all
Fixing.
good.
There we go. All right. Yeah, that's what I was doing. There we go. And you see this individual here. And as he's coming in, he's putting his clothes on. You notice that he is a gnomish individual.
All right.
And as he's
All right. I
put
hold out
on
my hand and go, Otto.
auto. What does that mean?
That's my name.
Oh, okay. Oh, I never even looked at that. And so, bearable.
All right. Let's see if we can get out of here, man. Get you a rock.
And as soon as
We might have to bust some little blue heads here.
as soon as he is, as you go to say that, is that the door, like as this corridor is opened up a little bit more for you,
Uh-huh.
that you're looking for, is
Oops.
you see the door open and three of the blue guys that you saw, and
Okay.
one in front
Time to
is got a
rock.
at a ladle.
While I have a like the surprise advantage, rock.
Okay, so as they're coming in, and then it tells you in an abyssal feeding time that you requested. And so the individual in the front's got a ladle, and then there's two of them behind him that are holding this huge pot that is there.
Okay. Yeah, I try to hit that lead guy with a rock in the face.
Okay. So go ahead and roll an attack roll. Now, your modifiers and things are going to be different from here, just because you don't have any of your gear on.
So I would still get +4 though, because it's an improvised weapon, but I still could use it. I still get the same bonus. I just wouldn't get any damage. The damage would be different, right?
Yeah, the damage, improvised weapon's still the same.
Okay, so that's a 7, so that's probably a miss. And then I immediately grab another rock. I mean, I can't use it this round, but
That's a 7.
yeah, that's a
Okay.
miss, I'm sure.
Yeah, as you fling one at this one, it hits the wall behind him, and then it looks up because it was kind of like holding the door opened out from
Yeah,
as they came in, and he was like making sure, and he was looking back, and then the actual rock goes hit it's behind him,
yep.
and he goes, and then he's just yeah. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Let's see. 16?
You're up first.
Okay. All right, 22.
Um,
I don't know what the damage for a rock is. 6? D6?
yeah, just to
Or,
do a D6 plus your strength modifier.
all right. So that's 3 plus 1, I think. Plus 2. 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay,
That
and
that
you're
ought to
hitting. You're
collapse
hitting that. I'd say
the lead
dredger
one because the other two have to
number
drop
3.
the yeah, they have to
Okay.
drop the cauldron to even engage.
Okay. So as you fling back and just rock this thing at it, it nails it directly in the temple and digs in a little bit, and
Yeah.
it drops back and drops the ladle that it was holding.
All right. So again, I would assume picking up another rock is relatively a free action.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, I can't use
there's
it this round, but I mean
tons of
next
rubble
round,
and things
yeah.
like that.
So I just turn around and pick up another one, and then I'm looking over at my friend here and like kind of like like hey,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe you should throw a rock at the guys over there that put us in prison if we're gonna want to escape and live.
And as he, hold on, leave me a second. And so this one, Brimble, Baramble, um, he, as now he's walked out of this, yeah, let me make sure. Oh shit. Hmm. Is that he sends out this electric energy that goes out of his hand. Critical fail. So he goes to attempt to shoot something out of his hand, and he like is still trying to come to his senses, and
Yeah.
and it kind of the shocking like electricity that's starting to come out of his hands, it kind of just shoots it down at the ground and kind of pings off the walls.
All right.
And that's his
So
turn.
let's see what these things do.
All right. And so these guys drop the pot that they were holding, and they both are going to rush up. And so the first one here to your on the left side.
My AC is 11.
Mm-hmm. Let me close out all these guys here. So yeah, 19 hits.
Well, yeah. That hit me even if I had my armor on.
And does 5 points of damage.
Ouch. Vicious little bastards.
And the next one does an attack at you because the other one I ain't worried about. 15
That's a hit.
does another 5 points of damage.
Okay, I'm almost dead.
All right,
So
you're up.
bash his head in with a rock.
Okay.
$12.
Hits.
Fuck. 4 points of damage. No, 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. And are you
Yep.
doing it on 1 or 2?
On this one.
What's this one? I can't see.
I can't select. I don't know. There's no way for me
if you hover over, it should say Dredge 1 or Dredge 2.
Drudge 1.
A Dredge 1. Okay. Yeah. He's looking pretty messed up. Like as you hit on him, he has got blood and his eyes kind of hanging out, but he's hanging on. Do you have any? I don't think you don't have any bonus actions, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay.
All right, so that's all I got.
Alrighty. And so, Barrel is.
So come on, Baron Bull. You gotta save us on this one.
Let's see here. So Beryl sees that, and then he goes to make a another attack at the one that you hit.
Okay. Baron Bull's a bad person.
And he just flinkers off and didn't make the hit.
Okay, so let's hope and pray they do a bad roll here. Otherwise, I'm gonna wake up in that cell or wake up on the spit.
How much health do you have? Okay. Oh, you got 6.
5.
Oh, yeah, 5. You got 5 hit points. Okay. Alrighty. And so
Provided they don't kill me, I can lay on hands and give myself 5 more hit points. But I think I wouldn't do that under the circumstances because
right.
I need to. If I don't get rid of them, it doesn't matter if I give myself hit points.
Yeah, and you notice that Baron Bull kind of like shakes his hand off a little bit, like he's confused on why it's not working. and he goes, must be the he's like, I gotta get the cobwebs out. I was drinking last night. And so the first Dredge is gonna make an attack at you. And 2 points of damage at you because he's pretty hurt and he's trying to put it in his eye, but he grab and hits you with a dagger.
Okay.
It slices you.
All right.
And the second Dredge is gonna lunge at Baron Bull.
All right.
And as he lunges at him, Mirabel kind of moves away from the side and misses him.
Okay.
And it's back to you, Otto.
That same rock, it's already got his blood on there. Might as well coat it well.
Right. All right. So, make an attack roll.
Oh my lord of lordy. That one is an auto fail, so I probably dropped the rock like on my foot or something like that. Slick with his blood, like smash it down on my own foot.
Yeah, as you're like trying to gather yourself, because I mean,
I'm hurting bad.
you're hurting. Is that yeah? Is you hit him, but it kind of is not the strength that you want it to be, and it kind of just moves down him.
Okay, I like call out because this is an action I can take. I can talk, or that's considered a free action, right?
Yeah.
I say in Abyssal that I don't know why I let this mongrel gnome talk me into this plan. I'm sorry. Look, I don't have this. I don't have the weapon anymore. Can I have my soup now? That might buy me just enough time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe
And then okay, noted.
because I'm doubting they're expecting me to speak to them in Abyssal.
So Barrel's up, and he's going to do his attack again.
Okay.
At Jesus Christ.
The dice have not been kind.
Yeah. And he, as he goes and leashes out at the one that you have like pretty
Already
badly hurt, it sputters out of his hand, and and nothing happens.
Okay. What do they do?
And then the first one here is just going to blindly attack you.
Okay. Not like that's a worse outcome for me under the circumstances, really.
And he swings at you, and does 2 points of damage at you, blindly swinging at you.
All right. That's
Yeah.
Drudge 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the next one's going to make another attack at Baron Bull. Misses.
At least everybody's getting bad results.
And as you were saying that, they're like they're sitting here, and in Abyssal they're telling you, gotta get you back in the sail, gotta get you back in the sail.
Okay. My
And-
turn again in initiative.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna unarmed attack them knee in his face. The one that's already hurt, Drudge 1.
Okay.
Is that just a normal melee attack or what is that?
Yeah, unarmed attack, basically.
13?
Hits.
What's the damage on that? D4?
Your athletics modifier or your strength modifiers kills it.
Okay.
So as you like literally grab the dude's head and just put it straight
Just douche.
straight to
Yeah.
your knee presses into it, and you hear, and the thing just drops.
Okay. I pick up his body because I'm still holding it and use it as a shield to protect me from the other guy.
Okay, I'll give
Maybe
you
it'll give me a little AC bonus.
I'll give you a disadvantage.
one.
I'll give you a not a bonus, but he has a disadvantage on attacking you.
Okay.
If he was to attack you,
You know, just use him as a meat shield, basically. All
as
right,
as
that's all
a
that's
as a
all I
quarter,
got.
I'll give you like quarter cover for that. Which
Okay,
quarter
that'll
cover is disadvantage, and then
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So-
That's all I got left in the can.
Aaron Ball.
Woo, buddy, I take one more hit point. I'm down.
Variable does another.
Failed roll.
He does
Oh
another
no.
one, and as you notice now, lightning is starting to come from his hand, and it's starting to do a little bit, and this thing is
He's
it
just not
it
directing it yet.
it shatters onto the ground, and he's like, I'm getting it, and this the the next one that comes to you, or this the second,
The dredge. Yeah, dredge 2.
I don't know how to say this name, so I'm just gonna say expert, but maybe it's just
Zvart.
Vart,
It's Zvart. Zvarts.
Zvart. Okay, goes to I'm gonna say it's gonna lunge at you because you just killed. It sees no threat from the individual
Yeah,
here,
agreed.
and 10.
That's a miss.
All right, and so you're up.
Um, I'd say his buddy makes a pretty effective, if ghoulish, weapon. Should I heal first, though?
I mean, it's up to you. He's this one is pretty angry at you.
Yeah, and if he gets a hit, I'm toast. So I think it's probably better to go ahead and lay on hands, which I have a maximum of 5 points I can assign. I'm gonna take all 5 because I really need them.
So you're gonna touch yourself.
Yep, I like
Okay.
to touch myself.
All right. So that is your
Oh,
action.
come on, don't tell me that's not what you intended when you said that.
I just wanted to make sure you knew that it was a touch. So as you normally would grab your holy symbol, uh, you deep you dig deep down, and then you grab your chest, and then this immense light pearls over you as you start to feel some of your wounds seal up.
Okay.
All right, and Baron, let's
Come
do an
on, man.
attack.
Yeah, come on, Bearable.
Uh,
Roll well, dude,
he
please.
has no weapon. Oh, there we go. We got a hit.
Finally got a hit. Jeez.
Okay. So he's like, he looks over at you and he goes, I got this. And as he sends his hand out, and a shocking grass nature digs into this individual as he's been like shucking the rust off in the sleep and everything in his hair, and just lights this thing up, and then you see this dredge just drop into a pile of dust.
Whoa. Vaporized. Okay, so I dropped this nasty blue dude on the ground,
Yeah,
like immediately. I no longer need him as a weapon. And
correct.
like I look and see if I can find keys or anything on them, on the remaining 2.
So yeah, I mean, you
Like a key
find,
ring, hopefully. One of them will have a key ring.
yeah. So as you look through them, you find 8 copper pieces,
Okay.
a humanoid finger, that is around one of the necks of them, that has been pierced through, and on a like a leather like a like on twine,
Yeah.
as a necklace, as well as some cell keys.
All right. So I go get a rock just in case, and I get a smaller rock that's a little easier to carry in one hand, but I can still use to throw or bash with. Gather up their daggers and jam their dagger. One of their did both of them have daggers, or all 3 of them had daggers?
Um, well, the only 2 that you were we'll say that you kind of walked around this area. The door is shut here
Yep.
currently,
Yep. Yes.
and yeah, that was what you found through these, and you have some simple daggers that they have
How
currently.
many do I have?
Three.
Okay. So
Actually, no, you have two. One, I only had a ladle. So
okay. So I give one does I ask him if does he know how to use it and does he want a dagger?
yeah, and
If
so
so, I give one to Baron Ball.
Baron Ball looks at you and says, "Sorry, I was a little slow on helping you, but
That's okay. Let's get out of here.
okay."
I don't want to spend another minute in this hellhole.
So Baron
So
Ball now is your sidekick,
all right.
and now you have access. I was making sure I didn't do any of his like level 1 spells, so we. But yeah,
Okay. Let's see.
but now he is yours to control. He is linked to you, good sir.
All right. How do I get him to cast spells?
Same thing as before. When you scroll over some of the information, it like let's say shocking grasp, but I just kept rolling fours pretty
Yeah.
much every time. When you look over his information, it will say make a melee attack spell. Once you see how it lights up in blue when you click on it, if you double click on it, it automatically rolls a d20 and adds his modifier. And then if it hits, then you roll your 1d8. It's all there in the information. Does that
Uh,
make sense?
it makes sense, but I don't see how I can click on it. Like when I
Um,
click on it, it's like text. It's not. It's not like highlightable
it's not highlighting
bits.
for you
It's not highlightable bits.
because he should show as linked. So you good sir. What I can do here simply, just in case I might have
I can do
messed.
Arcana. Those skills, those seem to be selectable that way. But his
Um,
other stuff is not like selectable.
so if you go to, let's say, real quick here, let's go to shock. Let's go to shocking grasp. Are you there on that cantrip?
Well, Shocking Grasp is a spell. You mean Lightning Lure? Oh no, it's a cantrip. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. There's Shocking Grasp.
Okay, at the very beginning of it, now
Yeah,
look underneath range, and it says it's a touch, right?
yeah.
And then as you look down further, it says make a melee spell attack, and this is
Oh, I
on.
see. That lets me highlight. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, that's where it
Okay.
does. You do that, and then it does its roll, and then if you hit, then you roll over. You scroll down to the 1d8 lightning damage, and that's how
All
much
right.
it takes.
Okay. Got it.
So, and if you want to take a second as I explain anything, obviously I don't want you to not ignore me at all, but he does have a background. All I ask, his personality traits, how he talks is so he talks like, what's his name? Can't think of his name right now. Anyways, he talks. If you want to role play him, personality, he talks very slowly.
Oh.
All right. So as you make your way, see
Yeah, so
multiple
I check
cells.
as I go down to make sure nobody's in any of these cells. Just
You got
glance real quick,
there's
as I go by.
nobody in any of these cells, and now you
Okay.
control him, so you can move him with you, and obviously, he would be moving with you.
Yep. And then
I'm
I
not going to be
check
that.
check the door to see if which key, like try the keys.
Yeah. So as you go into this, this door is actually still unlocked. It has not
Okay.
been locked.
All right, open it and take a look.
As you look down, you see a door at the end of the corridor, as well as to your left and right.
All right. I like just glance for a minute to make sure I don't see anybody there, and then head straight for that opposite door first. But I glance at these as I pass them. Like if they look like doors outside, or if I see light, or some sign that this is the way out, I take those doors. But if not, I go to this opposite door and open it.
Okay. And
Just peek
so,
inside, like open, just kind of furtively look, and then
give me a perception check for you and the in your sidekick.
okay. Uh, I have his passive perception, but
What is it? What's his passive perception?
it's 10.
Okay.
But I don't see how to.
Well, perception is
Just a
roll
D20
plus
anyway.
d20 plus your wisdom modifier. I think. Pretty
His
sure.
wisdom is nothing, so that was a straight roll.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
So he did better than I did.
Yeah. And so, as he comes across, as you're passing the doors, he hears grumbling from the right hand side, but hears nothing from the left hand side.
Okay, so yeah, I open this door and look inside
Which door?
that I'm standing next to.
Standing next to you is as you fumble through the keys and things like that.
No, I just try it first
You
to see
try
if it's
it.
unlocked. And if
It's
it's not,
locked.
like, I tried it quietly. I don't just like bust it open, but I mean, I like try the handle and, quietly. I'm trying to be furtive here, so I'm being quiet everything if as much as I can. Okay, so I try various keys until hopefully one of the keys will open it.
So yeah, as you open, you finally fumbling through keys, and as you're fumbling through keys, you finally find the one that right,
All right.
and you creak the door open. Perfect time for that. Um, as you creak the door open, you see like a hallway, but like nothing. It's just like silence in here. But you see the end. I would say if you creak it open, you mean you
I'm
see
gonna go in.
you see a hallway. Okay.
All right, I'm going in. Whoa, where'd he go?
Yeah. So he would and as you've walked in, you notice a hallway because it's dimly lit,
Okay.
and he can see it.
Yeah, he can see better than I can. I don't have night vision, or dark vision, but he does.
Right.
So I have him look down that way while I try to see if I can see anything this way.
Yeah, I mean, you notice a doorway directly in front of you, as well as looks like it curves around and to him the same.
Okay, I tell him I see a door over here. Come on, let's try that.
And Bearable
Whoops.
says, I saw doorways back there,
Yeah,
ones
but
with no sound.
we heard where? Back where?
Well, in the room, he heard sounds from the
Yeah, from
right,
one door, but not from the other.
but not from the other.
Let's see this door first, and then we'll see where we are at from there. Listen at this door. Let me roll my perception again.
And Bramble as
Neither.
well.
Yeah, I did. Neither of us probably heard anything. 6
Uh,
and a 5.
um, it seems pretty silent.
Okay, I'm gonna try the door to see if it's unlocked.
It is not unlocked.
Okay, key. Try work through the keys.
As you're filling through the keys, one of them actually hold on. Finally,
Okay.
which seems to be a little bit harder than
Okay.
the rest.
Open and peek in.
So when you peek in, you see like some hay and whatnot.
Okay. All right. Go in.
So you go in, and in this room you see nothing but crates and hay.
There's a door here, right?
You do see a door to your north.
Okay. I go back out and go, okay, that looks like a dead end because this door over here, I'm gonna put my character there, but I'm not there, but I'm just showing you where I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That door is where we heard the grumbling, right?
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna go in this door because very likely this door over here, leads to the same area. I'm judging, maybe not, but my gut feeling is it says yes.
Possibility. Yep.
So then I go back to, whoops, keep moving the frickin' map when I'm trying to move the map.
Yeah, and you didn't
I
hear
go
any
back to here.
grumbling from this area.
Yeah,
From
that's where I'm headed back to now.
okay.
Because I'm afraid if I turn this corner or whatever I can see, they can see. I mean, I can kind of peek the corner, but my vision isn't very good and the lighting isn't great in here. So I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna try the door.
So you try the door. It's locked.
Okay, I tell him to watch my back and try the keys quietly as I can.
Okay, and as he looks over, and as you're trying the keys, he looks over to you and says, and he points back at the door as in like he still hears grumbling, and then during that time you hear,
Okay,
and
go in
this door opens up.
and have him follow in behind me like quickly,
Yeah, and
and
here,
then close the door quietly.
so in here, you see a sort of chest, crates, and piles of equipment. Fill
Any of my gear?
this
Do I
small
recognize any
room.
of my gear?
Not yet.
Okay,
And
I'm like looking
from the state of the room,
quickly.
it is clear that creatures that have been captured that they've dismantled them. They don't really care about their belongings, and they've kind of stored them here.
I'm not really using them for anything. All right, so even if I can't find my gear directly, I try to gather as much as I can without getting armor on because that's too involved,
Okay,
I
so
think. But I can definitely pick up a better weapon
right. So go
like
ahead
a
and
sword or
give me
some
2
javelins.
investigation checks, if you would, please.
Okay. Okay, a critical failure and a 12, and then
Okay.
Baron Ball. Does he roll as well?
Well, I was assuming
Oh,
both of
one was him
those.
and one was me.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I like
And so
dumbed out.
as you're even as a failure, you quickly find your gear. I mean, as you're just throwing up like chest and
Yeah, looking through.
looking through them, not being too loud, you get all of your gear back. So, very simply,
How many rounds does it take to don armor?
to attune yourself, is that what you're talking about?
No, to don armor, to put armor on.
6 seconds. I mean, you've
One
done it.
one round.
You've done it multiple
Okay,
times.
then I definitely throw my armor and all. I fully equip myself.
And so as your inventory now will show
Back to AC 18, baby.
all of your equipment, and so
Sweet.
AC 18. Um,
Thus making me nigh unhittable.
and Bearball does the same, and as well as he's searching through, he comes up with these jars that he's holding in his hand. He's found 4 healing potions,
Oh, quaff.
and as well as he looks over to you and he hands it over to you, or he's like, "This isn't mine." He looks over to you and he found a silver holy symbol
All right.
that doesn't
Definitely.
seem to be of your symbol, because your symbol is actually impressed onto your
Armor.
breastplate.
Yeah.
But it's
But
a
I can find the original owner and return it to them for sure.
potentially,
So
yeah.
yeah, so I pocket it.
Yeah, it's a silver holy symbol. You're not sure in this scenario. You're not sure of the divination that it's from, but but yeah. And so now you all have gained all of your appropriate stats. A credit.
Oh, so I healed fully?
No, you're still hurt, but now
Yeah, but
you're
I was
armored.
gonna drink one healing potion.
Okay,
How much does that heal? D8?
sure.
That's a ooh, 8.
Jesus. And then with
Sorry,
your
missing one
healing
hit point now.
modifier,
So I'm only got
well,
one
no, you're
hit
not a
point right now.
cleric, so you're a paladin, which isn't.
Yeah,
It depends on which path you go down, so it would be
yeah.
8.
But I'm still like I'm only got one hit point down. I'm at back up to 15, 14 hit points.
Okay.
Okay, so I like congratulate him like quietly and say, "Okay, let's see if we can find a way out of here." I feel a lot more comfortable about our chances now that I'm armed.
Okay.
I peek out.
So you peek out, and still the same.
Okay.
Quiet
Now I'm
path.
assuming someone else has the keys, but at the same time, I'm going to take this risk. I'm going to go to this door. I'm going to lock it.
And so as you approach that door, he grabs your arm,
Okay.
and he tells you, and he holds you just for a second, and then you
Yeah.
hear this. I mean, you hear the typical, like what he hears is like this noise, right?
Okay.
It depends on if you want to
Does the
listen
door
in.
open in or out?
Well, I mean, it depends on if you want to listen in to try to, because he's told you
Okay.
that there is noise come from here, but he
Yeah,
doesn't
agreed.
understand what this noise
What I'm
is.
going to do. Yeah. Or also, he doesn't know what I'm trying to do because I didn't tell him.
And that's
What do
why
I
he
make a
grabbed you
perception
to
check?
stop you.
Yeah, exactly. Do I make a perception check?
No, I mean, if you're, are
Okay.
you going to listen in to?
No, no. I'm just going to turn to him and I'm going to be like, put my hand up to my finger up to my lips like this,
Okay, yeah,
and then
and he goes, he looks at you like, duh.
and then so then I'm going to see like I'm going to find out. Can I open the door without opening it like quietly enough, or are these doors real creaky?
Well, I mean, you hear noises. Do you want to translate the language that is being said?
Yeah, sure. Is it abyssal? Abyssal?
As the other ones were speaking to you in the same abyssal language,
Chances are.
in the in this room, that it could be heard, that it seems like in the gutturally, you don't take my meat. You don't take my meat. No, no, bad, bad. That's what you hear.
Hmm. Okay. Um. Okay. Maybe not, because chances are that guy will have a key also. So let's go through this door.
Okay.
I'm going to come to this corner and I'm going to peek around.
Yeah. So as you, I mean, same.
Actually, I'm gonna be standing like a little ways back, like right here,
Mhm.
and have him peek around because he's got dim vision. He's got dark vision, so he can see. He'll be able to see better.
So yeah. As you, I mean, it's dimly lit. Through here. This is another door.
Okay. So all right. So we go and I try
So
it quietly.
it's remember it's 7:35, and then 9:35 would be 2 hours. I
Yes.
have to go pee real quick, and so
Okay.
I'm pausing it for. I'm not gonna pause the stream,
Yep.
but just so y'all know, if I give them like an extra 2 minutes, don't hate
Nobody's
me
gonna hold it
on.
against me.
Don't hate me on the freaking the internet.
Okay, quick. Now that he's gone, everybody needs to talk about him a lot. Say all the nasty things you can about him, especially Jacob, because I know he's going to definitely give him a hard time for having such a tiny little bladder. And the beauty of it is, he won't see this until he goes to look at the stream later, if he even looks at the stream later. So I won't be in trouble until next week. Ah, fun times.
Okay. Jesus.
Feel better?
Oh my god. I think it was gonna stop.
All
All right. So, yeah, we'll just say 9:40 is your official stop time if you need it.
right. So peek through this door. If it doesn't open, pop it with the keys,
Yeah, you got the keys there.
and then peek.
It is definitely locked.
Okay.
So as you peek through, I would say you would see something like that.
All right. Go in.
So as you have moved in, death, you die. No, I'm just kidding. As you move in, you definitely have you see hay bales and haystacks and things like that. Through things you see some. So are you moving through this area?
Yeah, because I see a door over here, so I'm gonna go see what it is.
So as you move, as you're moving through this area, hold your tits.
All right.
A huge, since as you start to move through this area, you get an attack on you. A
What is
huge
it?
swarm of rats that just burl up out of the hay and come and snag onto you.
Okay.
and let's. They're
If they can hit me.
they're gonna have a surprise attack on you.
Yep, still got to hit AC
Oh,
17.
now I feel like I'm untouchable. Look at me.
Hey, 17 AC is pretty
Oh.
damn nargy.
They're gonna roll this with advantage.
Yeah. Pull out all the dastardly tricks you want.
Okay. Oh, 18 to hit.
All right, roll damage.
Uh,
I mean, how much damage can a rat swarm do, really, honestly? If they do 14 damage, I'm going to rage quit. You know that, right?
they just did 10. No, they did 4 points of damage on you.
All right. All right, so I call out to Baron Ball fairly, urgently, not loud, but urgently, help, and then start squishing and smashing rats.
Okay, so they had their surprise. If you go ahead and roll initiative at this point for me, please.
Okay,
Okay.
12, and I don't know what his bonus is.
Well, just roll a d20, and then plus his dex modifier is his.
+2, so he got a 10 and I got a 12.
His initiative is 10.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
he rolled an 8 and he's got a +2 dex. So.
Yeah, so it's actually working. Actually, it's not. So I'll just correct it. It doesn't. Guys are watching the stream and doing the thing. This is the same thing. I wanted to roll. If he's rolling separately for that, and that's perfectly fine. Normally, I would just keep it as his same initiative. But if I did ask him to roll separate initiatives into there, which is perfectly fine. Remember, it's your dex roll plus just a d20 plus your dex roll, and so you're at 12 and he's at 10. And I can, as a DM, you just quickly change it into moving this, right? You just type it in.
Oh, so since I rolled that D20 again after it, it's like somehow counted that again in Fantasy Grounds?
It didn't count it at all.
Oh, okay.
It just sees it as random things.
Yeah, as a random roll. Because I didn't click on a knit because he doesn't have a knit button to click on in the same way.
Correct. So, yeah, this... All right, so... Otto, you're up first.
All right.
All right, let me... actually, let me... Oops, sorry. I did not mean to do that. I just want to make sure I know what round I'm on.
8. Is that a hit?
On the rat swarm. 8 is not a hit. Oh my god. Look, right. I got all my weapons and I still suck.
Let's see. So, let's see. Lightning Lure. Yeah, that's what he's going to use. Lightning Lure.
Oh, he's going to try to grab. Okay. I'll fucking do it, bro. So you're done with your turn. So it's
I don't have anything else I can do. I mean, I can move, but they can just move to where I am. So there's no point in doing that.
Which is perfectly fine. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure you're done with your roll.
Yeah, I don't have anything else I can do. You create a lash of lightning that strikes one creature of your choice that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a strength or be pulled up to 10 feet in a straight line towards you, and then take 1d8 lightning if it is within 5 feet of you. It's already within 10, so that's definitely doable, right?
I'm okay with this because in Fantasy Ground, or not in Fantasy Grounds, but in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, they consider a swarm of rats to be one creature.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to do that, and then it doesn't show here that I need to strike, so they just have to make their strength save, or they get pulled 10 feet in a straight line, and then they take D8 if they're within 5 feet of me, which they will be if they get pulled 10 feet.
You will not get a opportunity attack because they will move through. How I can see this to work is either, I mean, it's still within your 5 foot range.
They won't have left the range of me.
Exactly.
They'd have to go farther or something. So yeah, fair enough. But I mean, still, if he does lightning damage, that should wipe out some of those rats at least.
Yeah. So
if not the whole damn swarm potentially.
So it's a strength
strength check, or be pulled 10 feet.
Okay. So I will. You add. So you just do a d20 plus your strength modifier, yeah?
Yeah, for them, yeah.
15.
Yeah.
They got lucky. They had a -1 to their strength that I rolled a 16, so.
Well, I'm looking to see what his spell modifier is. It's only +2, I think, right? So they had to make a DC 12, I think. I believe. But it might be 14. But yeah, still 15 makes it anyway. Okay, so
Yeah,
no
as you
effect.
as
Their
you
turn.
whip around them and go to um, shocking grasp, I think,
No,
or
it's lightning
shocking
lure.
lightning
Lightning lure.
lure. Sorry,
Yeah.
is you go you send out this whip like electrical thing that came from your hand, and then you go whip around them and you go pull it, and then just and they jump towards Otto, and it's
Okay.
like they were to pull it. So it's like you're still shaking off. You got your shocking grasp down, but as you're moving towards, as easily as I can, how these rolls are sucking for my players. Um, it
All
will
right, their turn.
be. They're just going to attack.
Okay.
Um, all right. Let me make sure that I. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they go to bite at you and your shield as you were coming in and trying to slash at these, right?
Yep.
And slash at these things, and your shield came up and they kind of bite at your shield. You were able to block off a lot of
All
it.
right.
We are
My
now
turn
in
again.
round 2.
2. All right, longsword. 20.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Critical. All right.
yes.
So it's a critical. So what I want you to do is not roll it. So since this is a homebrew thing, and I don't like how Fantasy Grounds does it, and I can't fix it into homebrew. So what I want you to do is do your attack roll, what you would normally do, not your modifier, but what dice you would normally run
Yeah.
roll with, if
Yeah.
you would please. Just the dice.
3.
Times 2 is 6
6 damage.
plus your modifier.
Plus strength. So that's +2.
So 8 points of damage.
Yep, yep.
That's how I do it. And if you've watched Critical Role, which is one of my favorite shows to watch, as well as Dungeon Run, yeah, that's how they do it, and I love it. I think it makes more sense because nobody wants a double to roll 2 ones.
Yeah.
Like, even if you rolled a 1, yeah, that sucks on there, but still, it's very rare. It's the better percentage is if you rolled a 12 times 2, right?
Yep.
But still, dude.
All right, so 8
So it's
damage. Not bad.
8 damage. They're still looking good. And everyone sees now your the health bar that I have now implemented into the game for the Kautas. And so the as you swing down, and as you came down and you see just
Smash some of them.
and you see
Yeah.
I mean, you did some damage.
All right. So
Fair
Baron
ball.
Ball's gonna try shocking lure or lightning lure again.
All right, go ahead.
So make their strength. They got to make their strength.
Okay. -1, 11.
That is unsuccessful.
Huh?
So they take D8 damage, and they're pulled.
Even if
to-
they are successful, is it like half damage, or is it doesn't work unless it's successful?
No, what happens is it pulls them 10 feet, and then if they're 5 feet away from me when it's done, they take D8 damage. So
So
the
they.
strength save is to keep them from being pulled,
So how much
which
damage do
happened
they
before.
take for being
It's
pulled?
D- it's D8. I'm fixing to do it right now.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
8. Okay. And then do they take more damage if they're within 5 feet of you? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
they only take the damage if they're 5 feet of me after the
Which
10-foot pull.
makes. Okay.
Perfect sense. It's like you got to get them close, then you turn the, bzzzt, and then they
So
get
you move
shocked.
them. You move them 5, 10. You move them
Yep.
10 feet, and they take
Yep.
8 points of damage.
Which should put the hurt on them pretty
Oh
well.
yeah. So they're looking pretty rough. You've seen that this swarm has reduced by 2/3.
All right.
Like you're
All right.
seeing them.
It's their
Actually,
turn.
as you were pulling them, you were seeing them like splatter and like just like if you were to put something into in the movies, what they show as things that are being put into microwave. I've literally never done, but that's what comes to my mind. Thinking about the
Yep.
movies and those horror movies and crap. Yeah, but yeah, being electrified. All right, so it
So the
is.
room smells redolent of crispy rat.
Oh yeah, of definitely of things that have been fried a little bit.
All right. It's their turn.
So their turn. So they are going to definitely smack at. Well, at the gnome. I mean, I don't. There's the one that pulled them from their thing, but
Yep.
they missed. They're still kind of shocked and grabbed and things like that. But they are now focused on Barenbull.
All right. Otto.
Otto is up.
22.
Oh, that's a hit.
9 more damage. Long sword.
How do you want to do it? I mean, how do you want to do your kill? I mean, this is it. This wipes him out.
I kind of want to just literally like do a sweep low on the ground to just like slice the remaining few away from Baron Ball.
Yeah, and your light as he pulls him across you, and they go to try to like snag at the person that's pulling them across and a little bit onto you, and they're totally missing. And as he pulls them across, you lift your sword, which is grabbing a little bit of that electrical energy that is happening
Yeah.
during that happen, and just fries them out and
Awesome.
kills them. Nice roll, dude. Very nice, very nice.
Okay, so like we're still not out of the woods. We need to get out of here still. I'm gonna go see what's going on with this door over here. And he's gonna like just check the rest of the area to make sure there's no rat nest with any shiny baubles or anything like that.
Give me an
While I'm checking the
investigation
door.
into
Okay.
this area, if you would, please.
So for Baron Ball, I'm just gonna roll a d20 and I guess add his intelligence. And his intelligence is +3. So that's a 7.
Okay. 7. So,
And I'm just checking the door out. Is it open or is it locked?
so hold on. One thing is that he finds 10 silver buttons.
All right.
A 2 pieces of polished silver. Or sorry, 2 pieces of polished gold. Say that. And a silk handkerchief. Okay. So as before, is you come up to this door and it is
Okay.
locked.
Okay. Get the keys. Hopefully one of them will open it.
So you mess with the keys. You peer. It unlocks.
Okay. Peer out.
Sorry. Are you doing you open the door full
Yeah.
frontal or
No, just peek it. Just look around.
as you can see, maybe a little bit more through there.
All right. I go in.
As you go in, dimly
Okay.
lit through here into and before you start moving, hold on.
Okay.
And you see doors on your left and right, and then a corridor down the way, and then some rubble.
Okay. We're gonna go to this door and listen.
It's quiet.
Is it open? Try the doorknob.
Try the doorknob.
Locked.
It's locked.
Unlock it with the keys.
You unlock it with the keys and come to a stairway.
Up and down or just down?
Up. As you ascend up this.
Only up.
Yeah,
Only up.
it's only up.
All right. Let's go up the stairs and see where it leads.
You ascend up the stairs. You come to another door.
Okay. Is it open? Keys.
As you fit the keys in, none of them are working.
All right. Come back downstairs. Listen at this door here.
Okay. So as you listen at that door,
Yeah.
you hear the same. I don't know. The Siren Scrape
Rats.
does. The Siren Scrape
Squeeze.
does way better on doing. I just do way better on the noises than I could do,
Yeah.
but translating through that, it seems like a individual is praising. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. You are a good boy.
Okay, so we're not going to try that yet. Let's go over here and look down this hall.
So as you peer around that hall, oh, ooh. Sorry, I'm not excited. So are you looking around the hall, or are you just standing there looking down the hall? How are y'all? How y'all
I'm going to
doing?
have him look, first and poke around look around the corner.
So he's walking around the corner. Okay. So give me a second here. Yeah, let me move it here. Let me move y'all here. Sorry for the. Oh, there we go.
Should we be playing Benny Hill music at this point?
As he is as he peers around this corner, he notices 5 leaders on the
Okay.
patrol. Can you see these characters or no?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Do they see him yet?
Um, you know what? Let me do a perception check just to make this
But he gets a stealth
interesting.
against that, right? Contested.
I'm gonna do a straight roll because you were like, oh, we just looked, and yeah,
Okay.
they definitely see him. Critical. Yeah, they definitely see him.
Okay.
Just
All right.
mainly because you came in and I was like, oh, how are you doing this?
Okay.
And then
So
it
I'm gonna
changed
I'm
a
gonna
little
come around
bit.
the corner and do a high-end solo. Rah!
Uh,
And see if I can get him to run because these guys don't look exactly like super brave. Might be able to bluff or intimidate them into like
shit, I just added
running
like
away.
1,000 characters into the combat tracker, and I don't want to do that. I mean, I would love to do that, but that's kind of like a dick move. I don't want to be a dick. Mainly just because. Hey, you rolled a random encounter. I love it.
What?
I've been rolling 1s and 2s, and you finally rolled into my thing on the random encounter. So I'm excited.
All right.
So I'm just going to put it there. And then I'm going to put these into... patrol that is happening for big dogs. All right.
So I'm gonna try and intimidate him by like just come around the corner, guns blazing, so to speak, like Han Solo did with the stormtroopers. You know, freak them out to make them think they need to run away.
What are you going to say? Because you speak
Um,
Abyssal, and you know that these speak Abyssal, so you know this.
I'm
So
gonna say in
I
Abyssal
just want to know that
that their
there's
souls are
something
mine.
interesting.
That their souls are mine,
That's
and
all you say.
I claim them for Sam Hain. They won't know who that is, but that sounds metal as fuck. So they'll be like, "Oh shit."
Okay. I'll tell you what. Give me a intimidation check, and then I will counter it on a
12
12. What would I counter that with? A
wisdom,
wisdom?
I would say. And they might get advantage if like they have a really serious fear of whoever's running them. Like if, you know, if a wizard is running him and he's like, if you
I'll
don't
just
do what I say, I'll kill you
I'll
all.
say
You know,
a
that
wisdom
kind of thing.
save.
Yeah. Straight
Disadvantage.
wisdom.
They. So what do you say?
I'm going to tell them their souls are all mine and your souls are mine to give to Sam Hain.
And they look at you and they go,
And come at them like you know, shield and be like, ah!
like they come at you and they go, ah, shit! And they run away.
Okay. Um,
They run back the way you came. Or not the way you came, but they run back to the left.
yeah.
And
So have I missed the door anywhere? I don't think I have I? There's got to be a way out of here.
who are you asking? Are you asking me as a DM?
I'm talking out loud.
Okay.
Okay, so let me think here. As they're trying to run away, does he have enough time to walk forward and lightning lure this one? Drudge 5 that just disappeared?
So I will tell you, if you do one, then they're
Yeah.
all gonna follow with you.
Well, I seen if maybe we could pick a couple of them off before they realize, and then that way we only have three left to fight. Instead,
I'm just saying, you did an amazing. They had an amazing or a less amazing counter to it. So, but if you
okay, then
grab
what
one
we'll
of
do
them,
is
they're probably
well,
gonna
let's
come
do
at
this
you.
then. Let them run off because they're going to run off, and let's go in here, right? And then let's go see this door.
So you move around in this area.
Yes, but I skirt the edge. I don't go into the hay in case there's more of those frickin' rats.
So as you're moving
I'm
and
more
skirting
careful.
around, as you're moving around in this area,
I'm like a lot more careful
as you
watchful
start
for
to
rats
approach
that way.
to this
Yeah,
area, without a surprise attack, these two and like they come running out of two giant rats come scurrying
not
out.
rat swarms, just giant rats.
Just giant rats
Okay.
come out
It,
and are roll initiative.
all
And
right.
you have not made it that high. You've about made it about probably I would say here.
So they come out like the moment we come in the door.
They came out, and as you were moving across to things that they were, like they came out of their, they were, they were like literally like popped out of their these boxes that were in this area.
So mine was 18 and his was 15.
Okay, his is 15. Okay,
Yep. No, wait, I'm sorry. His is 17 because he got +2. He rolled a 15, but he's got +2 on his dex. I only have +1 on mine, but I rolled well, 17.
all right.
Who's
So
first?
yeah, I need to roll a d20. I don't like that it automatically rolls for me. I don't like that because it's not fun. It's not fun. So Otto, you're first.
Okay.
Dex modifier added to my roll. Makes sense.
All right. I'm gonna
Because
I'm
it
gonna
was not
impale one
if
with
it
a.
was a surprise, hold on. If it was a surprise, I would leave it the way it is, but it's not, and it's incorrect.
I'm gonna spear one with my javelin now because I'm at range. 9.
It won't-
That's a miss.
okay, as you
I think.
fling it and it it kind of just skitters and hits into the one of the crates that they've kind of like embedded as a home here.
Okay. All right. Who's next? Because I can only throw one around, I presume.
Yeah, so it would be Bramble is next.
All right. Lightning lure. That's just too good. I mean, they got to make a strength save or they get pulled,
Yeah.
and they will be within 5 feet. If he's gonna pull rat 2, cave rat 2, or giant rat 2.
Okay. And he needs you a
A
okay.
strength check, yeah.
Yep. Okay, it's a 3. They're not strong.
Okay. 3 damage.
2, but it also pulls you within what?
He's literally right in front of us now. He'll be right. Yeah, right there.
Okay. And he takes how much
3
damage?
damage.
3
3
damage.
damage. Yeah.
Ooh. He's looking he's looking hurt.
Little crispy.
Yeah, a little
Okay.
gaspy.
All right, their turn.
All right. This one will move straight here and make an attack.
Okay.
Actually, towards Bramble because He saw his friend. 8.
I think that's a miss.
I'm pretty sure it is.
His AC is 12.
Yeah, as he goes in, and your little gnome lover there. Okay, let's get back to his head because it was annoying me. And the second one will make attack at him. Like 2 misses in a row.
Okay. I'm going to slash him with my longsword.
Okay. Which one?
1.
Miss.
7.
It's a miss. He is
And-
rather dexterous, my friend.
And Barenbol's going to use...
You have a bonus action with now that you have your shield.
Yeah. But it's a push, right?
You can do it as a push to move him 5 feet 1, or you can do damage, which is a 1d6.
I'm going to do damage. I'm going to try to damage the
No
second
modifiers. It's no modifiers.
So straight D20?
Yep.
13?
Hits.
Okay. D6 damage, you said?
1d6 damage. To
3.
rat 1, I would assume, right?
Rat 2, actually, because he's already hurt by Barenbol. So...
Oh, so he does 3 damage to rat 2?
Yep.
I thought rat 1 was the one that was damaged.
No, because remember, he pulled Rat 2 over to him.
Okay, you are right. I just mislabeled the wrong one, sir. So rat 2, which is still within yours, you go to swing at rat 1, and then
Miss,
at the
then
second
just bash rat 2.
you just...
Because I got to protect my little gnome buddy.
And he goes flying against the wall and splatters.
All right.
Just like that crumbling that you just heard.
All right. Barenbol is going to do Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
Okay. It's a melee spell attack, but he has a +5 for spellcraft, so he gets that +5, right?
Yep. It does.
Okay. That's a natural 20.
Natural 20, which is double the dice damage, but not the modifier.
Okay.
So what you normally do is you just roll your dice damage, multiply it by 2, and then add your modifier.
Okay.
Which
he takes D8.
So just roll it 1d8.
8.
Okay. All right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's obliterated.
Okay.
Obliterated.
So while I go check out this door, I'll have him look around to see if there's anything in these crates or nests or anything like that,
And he looks back at you and be like, "Seriously, bro? You don't know love or anything? It's just like, oh, you did it. Bye. See you later."
We've both done admirably so far, considering our circumstances. I'll definitely guarantee you at least 1 pint of ale when we find our way out of this mess. I think we've earned that much.
Well, pint of ale will probably last this gnome for a while. You find another locked door.
All right, try one of the try the keys while
You
he's
try the
looking.
keys, and then you find one
make
that...
some D20s for his investigation. Okay.
It
I'll do a
opens it up.
D20 for Barenbol's investigation.
Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and... yes.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay.
He's not a very good at investigation, which makes sense how he ended up in a Svart cell.
Yeah, there's nothing here. As far as he knows.
All right, so I peek through the door.
Peek through the door. As you peek through the door, a musky dampness fills the air.
Okay. All right, look in.
And You see. Hold on to make sure I have this correct here. For all the dungeon masters out there. Correct. Bear with me here for a second. Correct. All right, so let me back you up for a second.
Okay.
So you lockpick the door, but as you go to push it forward, I'm not gonna take away what you've seen, or if you're willing to work with me here on the corridor
Sure.
here, it is. It's gonna take a little bit more movement. Like it is like mud has been sealed on both sides of this.
Oh, okay. So it's full of muck of some sort.
Yeah, as you go to press forward into it, like you've unlocked a door, but it is locked. Or
Okay.
it's unlocked, but as you go to press it, it's still like
I lean into it and see if I can manhandle my way through it.
okay. Give
Was this
me
strength check or athletics?
um give me a strength check. Yeah,
21.
yeah,
Rolled
definitely.
a natural 19.
You break through the mud that has been pierced into this area.
Okay. So I kind of eyeball the corridor beyond. Does it look like it's passable, or is it like so badly filled that I wouldn't even be able to get through it?
No, it definitely shows that it is passable, but is extremely wet and damp.
Okay. I'm not that intimidated by that. I'm gonna move in.
As you go to move in, you notice as you start to move, as you start to see, I guess you'd be more here.
Okay.
As you start to see, is that it gets damper towards the middle.
Like, is there water pooled there?
There's definitely it is pulling in the middle. Yes, like
Okay,
it
use
is
my
getting.
javelin to kind of like stab in front of me to make sure I don't fall into any holes, but just move forward carefully and gradually. One
And
5 foot
as you're
square at a
hitting
time,
into it,
measuring.
as you're hitting in, you're noticing a no change in the depthness as you're moving towards the center of this corridor. But it is getting damper and damper and
Okay.
damper.
Keep moving my way through it. As long as I think the ground is solid from my spear action, I'm gonna
Okay.
5 foot increments. Just be slow and steady. No need to rush here.
As you come here, where is your sidekick?
He's behind me a little ways, but I'm having him not be like right on me, like 5-10 feet away.
Okay.
That way, if something happens, he can pull me out.
And as you come across this area, a stone slime comes slamming down in between you.
Okay.
And roll initiative. You got
12. And
I'll
he
say you
got a
got
18.
19 minutes to get out of this place. Just
Yep.
wanted to let you know.
So I got a 12 and he got a 18.
12 and 18. He did not get that. So, Baron Ball goes first.
So what first level spells does he have?
I don't know. They're all listed.
I mean, he stops at cantrip. There's no first level spells listed.
So if you look at, if you scroll all the way down, you'll see spells and you see cantrips.
Yeah, there's just cantrips, but then there's nothing beyond cantrips. Thunderclap is the last one, which still says it's a cantrip. Although I thought Thunderclap was a first level spell, but I don't remember exactly.
All right. So under spellcasting, we'll just say this: he has 2 first level spells. He has Alarm, Burning Hands, Catapult. This was one of the first ones I made. I might have messed up on this one, but whatever. He has
No worries. None of those are useful though. I don't think under the circumstance.
on the first level. He has Alarm, Burning Hands, Catapult.
Does Burning Hands let you?
Comprehend
Isn't that like a
languages,
certain
mage
range?
armor, and missile, and magic missile.
Oh, magic missile. But I wonder which one he has prepared.
Anything that it's my failure on. He has them all prepared. You pick which one you want to do.
All right, on Burning Hands, I don't remember, but I thought it was like a flamethrower, so like it'll hurt everyone past a certain range,
Correct.
right? So I would say magic missile would be the way to go then.
I can pull it up for you here real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah. I don't have the ability to highlight that.
Let me go ahead
Or
and pull this up through the player's handbook, and so everyone can see this spells, and it puts it over here. Wizard. Level 1 spells. Look what's under here. Burning Hands.
magic missile.
So, Burning Hands. Let me go ahead and give that. Boom. Now you have a level 1 spell that you want to do. So what it does is you hold your hands out with the thumbs touching and fingers spread. So like this.
Yeah.
Like a big vagina. A thin sheet of flame shoot further from you. Outstretched. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw. So,
Yeah, so I'm
in
not
this
doing that. I
scenario,
would do magic missile
magic.
in that case.
Magic missile.
Yes.
Magic missile. Bamble, let me pull up you sickly devil.
Because as I recall, that one doesn't require any attack roll. It just hits whatever I designate. If I can see them.
Now you have it.
Okay.
Give me 2 seconds here.
Yeah, I see it now.
Hold on. I don't want to deny you of anything.
All right. So this one is 3 darts that do D4 plus 1 force damage. All 3 I want to hit this creature.
Okay.
This slime.
Okay.
So 1.
See, look. guys, quickly you can fix an error on DM side.
2 and 3.
So
So
11.
that's 11 points of damage.
I would say it is. Is it +1? Okay, so actually, what it is, it's +1 per, right? And so it
Oh, so it's
is.
12,
So it did
12
it as
points of damage.
advantage. So it's 3, 3, 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2 is 11 points of damage.
Okay.
Because you see what I'm saying? That it's
No, it'd
one.
be more than that. It'd be 3 plus 1, which is 6 or
Oh, so you
4.
rolled somehow 3
Yeah, I
threes,
didn't mean.
and
Yeah, I
it's
didn't
it's
mean to
plus
roll that.
one
It
per
yeah, per
missile.
die roll. Yeah.
Per missile, so that is 12. That's 4 times 3 is 12 points of damage
Yep. Yep. Yep.
towards this slime.
And that was one of my 2 first level spells. I think he gets 2, right?
Yes.
At first level. Yeah.
I can let you know what all your other ones are.
No, that's okay. He'll probably use this again
Um,
because I can get arcane recovery. I can get one of them back.
oh, well, sure.
I'm thinking he's smart enough to know better than to try to strike slimes with lightning. I don't think that's almost ever is that a good idea. Sometimes you'll make 2 stronger slimes,
So we
or
just teach like
yep.
as these like iced type like illusionary like daggers come flying out of his hands. He just and they all land into this individual and just ta 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 and do their damage. 12 points of damage. It doesn't look as hurt that you would expect from what you've done.
All right.
Otto.
And then whoever's next is Otto next.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna turn, and I'm going to slash it with my longsword. 22
Oh, definitely hits.
and 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. That's all you get. Oh, from
That's
a
all I got.
D8.
I know. I rolled 1.
It's looking hurt. Not
Okay.
really.
All right, it's turn. I got nothing else.
Okay.
I mean, I got a bonus, but I don't think I want to have it on my shield. You know what I mean? Like slimes, you don't like slap them with their shield because then they're just going to flow over your arm and be all over you.
Right.
Screw that.
So it's actually going to look at Bramble and do a attack at it.
All right.
7 points.
He's got 11 AC.
Okay. Misses. As it reaches out and goes and does a lunging attack at it. It misses.
All right.
And that's his turn.
Okay. Baramble's going to stab it with a dagger because I gave him a dagger earlier. I don't know what other gear he has. He has any other like range weapon?
Its dagger is it's in there in his actions. It's in the dagger.
Yeah, I see it. I was just making sure he didn't have anything else. So 10 to hit.
10 misses.
Okay. Next. He got
Actually
nothing
no,
else.
10 hits. Sorry, 10 hits.
Okay.
Go ahead and do your damage.
That's
piercing damage.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
He did more damage than my longsword.
I mean it's looking like it's as your guy comes
pieces of it off. Yeah.
it's slicing, but it's very unique on here is that it's holding form. It's holding form. It's very unique.
All right. Next in line is
Otto.
15 longsword.
Oh, definitely hits.
Finally, 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. And so, as it starts bleeding out, it reacts to you, and then it spits portions of itself onto you, and
That's great.
and
That's gonna
you
take
into a
forever to
barrel bowl.
wash out of my suit.
And so I need
A
both
deck
of
save.
you. Yeah, give me a deck save if you would, please.
Sure. So for me, that was 5. Baron Bowl is a 15. So he had the wisdom to know to stay a little distance back. I was still right up next to it, so I
Yeah,
get sprayed full on.
I sprayed. You take 1 acid damage. So acid damage is gonna go to your armor. Remember, this is on 10. Your armor is now unusable.
Okay.
So just make a note that you have 1 acid damage on your armor, and Baron was able to move as it sprayed around him.
Okay. So my AC is 17 now, right? Armor goes
Correct.
down
And
one
you notice
class.
that it this has shrunk to its medium size to a smaller size.
Okay, but it's not dead.
It's not bad.
Okay. Whose turn is it?
It would be Baron Bowl.
Okay. A 7.
Misses.
Okay. Who's next?
Is he doing just a dagger attack on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Otto, you're up.
10.
Hits.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. It's definitely trying to, as it is split, and as you in this small quarter that it can't really kind of, it's trying to grab on itself and things like that. It's definitely hurting,
Yep.
but still sane.
All right. So its turn, I guess.
Right. So it's gonna make an attack. Thank you. 18. That is your.
That's a hit. So it's
That's
above my
it.
AC right now. So that's a hit.
13 points of damage to you.
I think I'm done. I'm down. Yeah, I'm down.
Hey, you're down.
Yeah, like I'm in death save territory actually.
Okay.
Let's see. That's a Constitution check, right?
Yep.
Do I make it now or on my turn?
Uh, on your turn.
Which actually it is my turn. So,
Well, it's Bramble's turn now.
well, it would have. I'm next in initiative.
Well, no, Bramble's before you.
Was he?
Yep.
Oh, that's right. It was the other round. The other combat I was in front of him. I'm sorry. I had it inverted.
It's okay.
Okay. So Baramble sees me fall, I presume. So he's gonna probably go ahead and do another magic missile.
Okay.
Hate to use. I was trying to save that for rainy day, but I don't get it. I click on it and it doesn't do anything, but if I double click it, it threw it down twice.
Um, I don't see
Okay,
it there.
there's one.
Uh-huh.
There's two. And there's three. So
It's perfectly.
yeah, it did at that
And
time. It's like
so
something weird happened before. I don't know what happened. So we're looking at.
It's a guaranteed hit. There's nothing I can do.
That's true. So it's 13 damage.
Well, yeah, because well, no, because it's +1 per each one that you do.
Yeah, it already adds it.
Well, no, because 13, 5, and the 13 damage.
Yep.
Okay,
It's already adding the +1 in there because I'm
right.
clicking on the damage in his description. It has the +1 in there in the formula.
13. So, it as Brimble like shoo 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 right there at him. It is looking like it hits all of them, and it is fighting to like it's trying to separate even more, and it's fighting to stay alive at this point. Like it is badly hurt.
Okay.
Otto, go ahead and give me a death save.
Okay.
Oh, critical fail. We only count that as one. We don't.
Wait, what?
It said your
I
death
didn't
save
roll.
was a critical failure.
How? I didn't roll.
Well, go ahead and roll.
Okay. That was weird. How did it roll?
I guess it rolled on my end. It rolled for you, and I don't like to do that. So
Okay.
go ahead and just roll d20.
Well, it's a con save, right?
Well, it is.
So
It's
you
just
get your con bonus, right?
no. It's the d20. 1 to 10 is a fail. 11 to 20 is a. So you just so give a save, a check mark on your save.
Yeah, I did, and it's got +7 on the save there.
Yeah, that's a Constitution save. It's not a death save.
Oh, okay. Well, then a 19 still.
Yeah. So you still gained. Now, if
Yeah.
you did a critical save, it would give you plus add 2 to that, so you could whatever. But anyways, you're okay.
I'm stable
You're not
anyway.
yeah. And so it's gonna make an
Of course, I
attack.
was four hit points in the negative, by the way, which is not enough to outright kill me, but it's close.
So it's getting shocked by Barenbull, and it goes lashing out at Barenbull, and with a 5 misses somehow on your. All right, Barenbull, you're up.
Well, I'm still kind of afraid to use lightning on it. I don't really know what I'm dealing with here, so
I mean, magic missiles have worked really well on it.
I'm out of them. I'm done.
Oh, you're
That's
done.
it. Yeah, I used 2 of them. I didn't even want to use 2 of them because, I mean, we know there's other creatures here. There's at least 5 other Zvarts here. So I really didn't want to use that last spell. But yeah, I mean, my only chance is just, I guess, a dagger at this point. Really.
I mean, you have nothing that's telling you no. I will tell you that much. But it's up to you what you want to do. Hits.
16,
Hits.
3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. This thing is looking horrid. Bad. Barely sticking together. Almost
All
like
right,
if you had
stabilize
one
my buddy.
more hit point.
All right, I stabilized my buddy, and at that we're done. The Zvarts close in on us, and we're dead.
Well, you've already used your action, so
940.
you can move towards them, but you're not going to be able to stabilize. That would be an action.
That's a
Stabilize.
bonus action, right?
No, come on.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I mean, even if I had had another action, we didn't make we. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. Actually, that whole last of that combat wouldn't have even been worth running, to be honest. Because it's, I mean, even if I had done anything, very, very unlikely is there going to be an exit here. Dang it, quit doing that. Is that stairwell, but I need a different key. I need a key that's on like the pit boss or something like that. So this might have led to his room, but you know,
Yeah, actually,
I tried to play it more like just escape. Don't try to engage. Don't. try to minimize how much you fight. But I mean, what choice did I have at that point?
Yeah, and actually, we're out of time.
I know that's why I was saying that last fight didn't was irrelevant because win or lose, I would have lost. You know what I mean?
So let me go ahead and stop the music for you here.
All right.
Um, so yeah, I mean, you were so close to this. So first and foremost, we didn't make it out, but we could have. The as y'all can see here, and as y'all know, this is where the pit boss is that had a key. That had a key, but you could have tried to force or do anything with this locked door, but you chose to walk away from the locked door that was up
Well,
the
yeah, because if
stairs.
I beat the door down, that's a guarantee. I mean, I'm in stealth mode. If there's a party, you're going to behave a lot differently than
You're
when
in a
there's just
party.
you. Not really. Think about it.
But you are in a
From my
party.
perspective, I mean, because most of these adventures are made for a party of four, right?
This adventure,
Typically.
like I said, this was for 1 to maybe 2 players, and
Really?
so a and so as everyone's seen in the prep video, and you're going to see through here, and this is what I do. I'd like to try to give everyone a little bit more information in the live stream. So this was just a guard room, nothing more than here, and this was sealed on both sides because they sealed away the slime that was in
Yep.
here because it scared them. But
Yep.
that's why they sealed it away. You did all the big things. The main guy that had anything of note was that had the key. If you didn't want to try to lockpick or break down the main door, you might have had and I'm
See,
and this one has random encounters, and I just was rolling shitty. I finally rolled a good one, and I rolled
yeah,
like the strongest one that could happen,
yeah.
and
See,
then
from
you
my
scared them
perspective,
away. And
yeah, I've successfully intimidated him away. But the reason I avoided that door when I found the other door is I heard him say, good boy." And so I'm like, okay, that's the big bad boss encounter plus his pet. And his pet is not going to be just like a dog or whatever. It's going to be some nightmare, thing.
just another giant rat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have no way of knowing that, right? I mean,
Right,
you hear good
exactly.
boy. So you're thinking, okay, I'm not going to fight that fight now because inevitably I'm going to get into that fight and something's going to come in behind me.
Yeah,
So I was trying the stealth route and trying to just escape. And the same thing reason why I didn't try to kick the door in because just
yeah,
because I get out of that door doesn't mean I'm out of the dungeon. Even I could have just gone to another level where there are more farts around. Who
right.
knows? I mean, I had no way of knowing, so it's like that
No,
doesn't guarantee
I
me the
think
way
you
out.
did. I think you did amazing. I think if there was more time into this one, that you would have killed this alabaster slime. And I think, I mean, he had 1 hit point left.
Yeah.
And so I said, if you could have done one more hit point, you would have killed this thing.
That's all back down to rolls and
Right.
the inherent variability of combat is the one thing that still kind of sometimes holds D&D back in my view versus other game systems because what happens to new players just I mean since we're talking about sorry I got like an eyelash in my eye or something jeez
That's okay.
so the thing that holds a lot of people back from D&D is that they don't get at its core that it's a depletion mechanic, but you should never really worry about depletion because that's the whole point. The point is to deplete every resource I have and use everything I've got.
And
Whereas a lot of people, like hold back.
yeah, and I think that's the big thing is that a lot of people don't, which is really good with your magic missiles, right? They took huge chunks out of this thing,
Yeah. Well, obviously, ideally
in
would have been
obviously in a
not to even
direction
fight it at
which was
all.
opposite where you wanted to go,
Yeah.
but it still is something that happened, which is fine.
Yeah.
But as a lot of things into the other systems that are there, these are probably, as always, the roughest systems that you can run on D&D, especially 5th edition, because they're trying to figure out the right thing. If everyone has the right role, they're just running through everything like it's a joke. They're like, this because I'm first level, blah, blah, blah. I'm supposed to kill everything. But if the things get a hit on you or they have a little bit more health or anything like that, then these things can happen.
Yeah.
In this actually one shot, you're supposed to get 3 levels on this one scenario, which makes 0 sense. And which to me, in this small space, in this one shot, I think it's an error. I think it's a really awesome sandbox where people can do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, there's lots of different routes you could take to do that. I mean,
But
you could try to talk your way out. You could,
yeah, how are you supposed to level people through a very? I mean, this isn't a big place. Like it's pretty. Like you have a choice left or right, and you have some other choices here and there, and then you find some choices. But it's not like you're in a big cavern. So
well, there's not multiple routes to get away either. You've got to go by the guards to get out, even.
right, which you found the way
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
But you didn't. You're like, oh, the doors. My keys didn't work, so I need to
Well,
go out
because again,
and
I was focusing on stealth. If I'd have just, I mean, I had my armor, so I was feeling a lot more confident. But at the same time, if 6 Varts show up, it doesn't matter what my armor is.
right,
Probably,
right.
just a couple of lucky blows and I'm done, which
So
is what happened basically.
yeah. So I mean, I think with
All
starting out with, I mean, if you would have, after you killed the beginning, that's a lot of people on the first. Oh, I'm almost dead. I don't want to go through a door without knowing. And
No, I'm not doing that, especially on a
it,
one shot. I don't have any investment in this guy.
yeah,
He can croak immediately, and it doesn't really matter to me.
it's really weird for the DM because I'm like, oh, just go past that door, and then when you walk through everything, you're like, just need to get out of here. And so I'm like, okay, you just passed where all your armor's at.
Yeah. Well,
And
but
so
that's what
I
I would have
was
done.
constantly
Because
rolling the random encounters, which the
thinking
random
that any moment
encounters,
that was going to go badly for me. Yeah.
yeah, the random encounters, I think that is awesome. To make it such a high DC roll to be 15 and 20, I think that is amazing through there because these are level 1s,
Yeah.
and you don't want to have it through that. So on the DM side, I think that's really cool to have it into there because it's going to be a random, like, it's actually going to be a random encounter. And so when you see fit for that to happen, as you roll through this, just to add them, once you had your armor, you really had no trouble until you got to something that had 52 health points. and
That was
you,
the alabaster.
yeah, which is the other directions, and it was crazy because as a DM side, you press through the gates and things like that. Once you had your armor, and this is kind of like you want to give all your players what they start with, and once you had your armor and you had a little bit more, if you were still naked at the point of that, you're like, well, maybe can I press through the door? You didn't like, oh, these keys didn't work. There's the one time the keys didn't work, you walked away from the door.
Yep.
You didn't try breaking it down. You didn't try doing
Well, no, because I'm
anything.
still in stealth mode. I don't want to get captured again. That's my overarching goal.
Right. Exactly. But
So
at the
yeah.
same time, it's also you were killing things in between that. So, and you came back down, because your objective was to leave. So the spiral staircase is where you had to leave
Yeah,
from.
that's what I thought. But I thought if I'm gonna have to find that other key, I thought it might be back in the guard. I knew there's a guard room there because they're talking to each other there. Whereas that guy's the big boss, and I'm like, well, I know he's the big boss, but if I kill
Who holds all
everybody
the
in the guard
keys?
room, if I kill everybody in the guard room, then I know that the big boss fight is the only fight I have to fight.
So
Because
every time in the big boss room is the big boss guy, which isn't. Everything is easier than the corridor that you went into. Everything was
well,
easier.
yeah, but you have no way of knowing that as a player. I mean,
Obviously,
yeah.
yes, obviously. Um,
So,
Now, if the swarm would have taken you killed the swarm on the 3rd round. If it would have gone to the 4th round, the big boss room has two rats in there that he's praising, and he like it's his babies and blah blah blah.
Those are his favored.
Yeah, I mean it's just he loves the exvert. There's background into it that I can get into, which wouldn't really work into here. It's almost like meta knowledge. If not, I mean,
Yeah.
this is where it works into a scenario where you have the expert Zavart into your campaign, which is awesome. Or if you're starting one that has into there. So, but there's very simple background as they pulled away from their god and they're trying to start their own thing, and but they can commune with. They speak in abyssal. They only speak in abyssal, and they speak with small animals like rats and things like that. And so there's the commander that was in the room that actually had the key, the only key to get out, or you could have lockpicked it or bursted your way out, because your whole objective was to get out, even if the entire place converged onto you. But
Yeah.
if you were to be able to break out before that happened, you still win. The whole objective is for you to get out.
Yeah, so that's why I wasn't going to try to bash it first, because if I fail, then I've got a fight on my hands and I have no other options. Like I can't run away because there may be more
You
than
would
one
you
way
would
out. I
you
have
would
no way of knowing what the way out is. There could be
exactly.
other escape paths, like through the sewers or through a chimney or etc. Now, also my skills played into that too. That was the other reason why I chose to do what I did. Whereas a fighter, if I was a straight fighter, I would have bashed that door
Yeah,
because but as a paladin, I'm kind of more like I have a reason for being that's not I'm not just a murder machine,
yeah, no,
right?
uh, definitely. You
So
are,
like I
but
kind
you are
of played
not.
it like to a character, not necessarily, I mean
Yes,
a folk hero wouldn't he might also want to stop this thing from happening.
correct.
Like what they're doing, because they're going to take other people. Just because I live doesn't mean they're not going to do that to others.
Right.
So
I think you ran this one perfectly
no,
fine.
I think I ran it fairly well. There's some
Uh,
cases where I could have been a little more ballsy or a little less ballsy, because sometimes I'm just like open the door and go in, like
I mean,
because
if we would have, um, so my setup on this was an hour. So I said, even in my setup thing, I was like, hey, I'm probably gonna give him maybe an extra hour, but I know you have a hard cutoff time. Um, and so I was like, well, because of the little bit of errors that we had, that we didn't start at 7, we started at 7:30.
yeah,
Um, that
that
kind of
extra time
interrupted
might have
that.
not made me as bold necessarily, but I was kind of determined to be a little more bold than I might have otherwise been.
Right. But
But
I
again,
think
I'm used to playing in parties more than anything.
I will
So
say this: you didn't die. Um, well, I guess you kind of did, but
no, actually, I didn't. I
you were
didn't kind of.
you.
I made my first roll.
Yes, I mean you've gotten successes on your rolls. You haven't died. You haven't been permanently deaf. You have been laid unconscious. Um,
Yes, yes,
with
definitely.
a
I was taken out of action for sure.
y'all would have definitely killed this thing unless it got some very unlucky rolls on y'all's end, because this thing is a blob. It's very easy to hit. It just has a lot of hit points.
Yeah.
You were one. It had only one hit point left. You would have killed it. And you probably would have checked out the other room. So as far as what the point I'm getting at is this, as far as this being a good beginning adventure, I think this is an amazing beginning adventure, because the hardest point as a DM, I love to run a campaign. Like campaigns, I get to expand, I get to build a story, and I get to grab on other things and things like that. The whole point of this channel is here's one shots, here's things that you can add to your campaign. And one cool thing, and even if it was just one person that is coming here, which I was very excited about, with one person coming into this campaign, was that you can easily drop this in as your level 0 thing. Like, why do
As
two
your
people?
grinder.
Why is two people playing together? Or you can have your entire party have been in any wreck shop through here.
Yeah.
If this is for 1 to 2 players that are level 1. Now, if you have a party of you have one person that wants to play, or you have, you know, you have a group of 5 people that want to play. And that's what I loved about this is the cells. There's 6 cells, which
Yeah.
I thought was
I
amazing.
think my
You
only
just
real
choose
beef with
one
that
person
part. I
of
think my
where they
only
want
real
to play.
beef with that part was though I'm not always a big fan of taking away agency without any chance of them making the decision to do so. That
What
part is the only thing that I think really stuck with me
What do you
that I
mean?
didn't like. It starts out with I went on a night for the town, blah blah blah, and then I wake up all automatically in the situation.
Yeah,
You're stealing all sense of agency from the player. They didn't make the decision to do that. Now, if you if you do a situation where you like go, hey, somebody offers you some really cheap drinks, and the player goes, okay, that's a deal I can't not take. So they go in there and they drink the cheap drinks and then they pass out. They wake up in the cell.
right.
And then as a DM, if you offer that and they don't take it, that can also be the way that you know it's them.
Yeah,
And you
it's
say these guys swarm out of the darkness and overcome you with like pummeling you with sticks and rocks and stuff, and you
correct.
pass out in the
So
in the alley afterward. When you say no, I don't want that cheap drink. Screw you, and you go down the alley to get away from them, right? And then you
right,
get ambushed because if 10 dudes throw rocks at you, you're going to get knocked out.
right.
Some dual damage and you're knocked out or whatever.
So being and so I agree with you, but also disagree with you onto that. Just mainly because of they into this specific scenario here is that and maybe on a DM side that I wasn't very apparent on, or I didn't give it to you enough for you, because when they were like when they were attacking you when you escaped, they're like, gotta get you back in the cell for the feeding and things like that. They don't want to kill you, they want to knock you out because you have escaped and get you back in.
Well, yeah, because you're to appease whatever that they
Whatever
worship or
god or
whatever.
wver they do,
Of
right?
course, yeah. But I
But
didn't mean so much
the
that meant I meant before the scenario, like what brought me into the cell to begin with.
they capture
So
you
that
while
way
you were
the
sleeping,
player well, exactly. But my point is the player wants to get the feeling like they made a decision that led to this scenario,
right?
right? Sometimes. Now some players like that, right? And that's where you have to have like your little what the thing I read about was called a same page tool. That's what
Right,
some DMs use,
right.
and it's just a document you print. You give it to everybody when you're in person, and they look at it and they say, "Okay, no sexual themes, no this theme, no that theme." I don't like the idea of being this happening or that happening. I don't want you to simulate drowning, whatever it is that triggers them, right?
Mhm.
Because everybody has their own set of triggers, and some people are happy about doing anything. They're down with anything, right?
Right.
But if you do that beforehand, yeah, it's a little bit of extra prep work, but then you know that they're going to go, "Oh, that's great. I want to roll with it." Here today it was a one shot and I know it was a one shot. So
Right.
I roll with anything. I didn't care. It didn't affect me and it didn't bother me in the slightest that happened, but I know some players might like object to that, and as a DM you might, if you know your people, then you'll know, "Oh, okay, I'm going to give them a chance, but both roads still lead to the cell." You know what I mean?
Right.
But they get the feeling like they thought they
Well,
made the decision.
one of the hardest things as a DM, and I can tell you this, is when, especially if you're starting in a huge campaign that has a lot of story. But one of the hardest things is, how does the party meet?
Oh
To
yeah,
me, I
that's
think,
choice paralysis, man. You got so many options that you
right,
can't decide amongst them.
and it depends on the players.
Yeah,
Do
very
they want
much.
to communicate with someone they meet at an inn, or do they want to, like, even the last week you said, how do y'all know each other? Where y'all said, "Oh, I picked you up out of a ditch," whatever. So instead, here's another option. So just a random thing, and I know it means nothing on the grand scheme of the campaign, but you have the
Well, but you could say that the abyssal lord or thing that they worship kind of sometimes can slip back in there again, and they're like, "Ah, I remember that."
correct,
So that
correct,
can be
which
you
is
can connect
also
that into the campaign quite
an,
easily.
an underlining hook into this is
Yeah, yeah,
maybe
can
not in
be.
in the beginning, and these are just grabbing some people, and
Yeah.
they end up grabbing people that end up becoming a party.
Yeah,
But
they grabbed the wrong dudes.
yeah,
And we
essentially,
united to go find out why they're capturing people. Who are they
you
feeding them
start to
to?
hunt them now, and
Yes,
so
that could be
this
a
is
whole
an
reason to
easy,
adventure.
a very thing that's been utilized a lot. Like
Yeah. So I'm
you
not saying
link
it's a
up
bad
all
choice. It
into
just I
into
was
a
mentioning that
thing, but
that's the only thing that like some people may be turned off by that. Using that
I don't
as
know.
a
To me,
beginning thing.
I don't even know if it's turned off from just because of doing actual campaigns that I've done and things like that, and getting people. When everyone always has a good time when they play and things like that, and I ask them afterwards, off, you know, out of party, like, well, I just don't know why I'm running with these people. That to me is the hardest thing: is why am I running with this? And this is the biggest DM's bugaboo, because you want everyone just to be okay with meeting in a tavern and calling it a day, because it is
Yeah,
it
but
is
there's things you can
100%
also do to put it back on the
meaningless.
players because I've read also in cases, and I'll if you want, I'll send you some of the links to some of that stuff I've read. The players also have a job.
Mhm.
This isn't 100% the DM's job really to do.
No,
You can put some of that on the players and say, okay, how do you know each other? Who's
right,
connected to whom? And I
but
need you to have at least some ties together, some way
and
that you'll be
that's
like you'll
this is
pull from
the
your
opposite side.
friends.
This is the opposite
Friends.
side of this. So as we're gonna close out this stream through here, is like, this is the opposite way. If you don't have a lot of players that do not communicate, here's an
Yeah.
easy way that you can throw them in a cell together. They work together
Yeah.
to get out.
Shared circumstances.
Still, now there,
Yeah.
if you have players that have a lot of backstory and things like that, you can obviously, and especially some I've had, you know, their story is, so and so has killed my family and things like that, which is very typical. A lot of people find it.
Edgy boys. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can implement that, just randomly throw that person that killed their character or their character's family in a random
Yeah.
as like a
You see
very
him as your
low
consciousness
mid
fades or
boss,
something.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it
So they
connects
know he's
them.
involved.
And
Yeah.
who's going to help him unless the party has been leveling, like, 3 to 4 levels or something like that. And so it's, but keep in mind that you always want to connect players. The biggest thing is, why are they working together? Why are they doing this? Because if they play a game as a video game, if they play D&D as a video game, but understand the dynamics of it, which is fun, but help them look beyond a video game. Look them beyond. That's what's going to give your RP purpose into here. And so this is a good way to get people to talk with one another. So the feeding time that happened gives you time to do that. Talk with people. And then they
Yeah.
start to work together. Now, it doesn't give them a lot of time.
Sort of like how I told him, well, what do you have in there? Nothing.
Right.
Well, take your clothes off and make a rope. Throw it over here.
Right.
We'll pull the door open. We'll work together
Right.
somehow.
And you're always going to have one player
A
that's going to
scheme.
be a little bit more into the role playing than the other.
Yeah.
Even if no one has ever played role playing games, that will always happen. I won't say always, so you can have everyone
Well,
just
even
sits
if
there
it's you
like
as the
bumps in a line.
DM, you
Right.
can still suggest them to try to think outside the box kind of
Yeah, as a
thinking.
DM, don't be a hard ass DM. If they're
Yeah,
like, I don't know what to do,
try
be
to
like,
give them
well, you
some.
did, look, just like you did. You found some you did notice some. Your investigation was crap, and so
Yep.
in the book, it's like, well, they don't see it, but me, I'm like, well, you notice, totally understand. You see some rumbling, like some, stones and things like that have deteriorated and are broken. But you didn't looked at, like, if any other player is like, well, can I investigate that spot? So it's kind of like me giving you advantage without you. It's kind of like me
A
subtly
prod.
asking,
Yeah, a
well, you
prod
didn't hit
pushing
you
them.
didn't hit the roll, but as you look
Yeah.
around, you notice this, and if you notice that as I explain everything around here, and you
Yeah.
want to look into that a little bit further, I'm going to give you another. It's almost like an advantage, or investigation with an
A
advantage
nudge. Yeah, like
onto
a
that.
nudge.
And then if you would have noticed, you could have dug through there, and then you could have come out of that, because it was all broken down from and then I would have showed you that the cave in and things like that, and it would have broken open a door, and
You
the
could have escaped maybe that way as well.
cell
Another way to
above
escape.
you, and that
Yeah.
would have been another way. And but this is also, as a DM, he was talking with the other person I didn't want to present yet, but he seemed floundering at that point. Not like, how do I get out? He watched someone. He's like, oh, feeding time. You'll get your food later. That is, as a DM, I'm very new at DMing, so this is just me running off the cuff. And as I told you in the prep, I didn't know what sidekick I wanted to present for him. And so, because I didn't know which character you were going to have, and I thought I was going to have a little bit more time, but then we got held up by other things, so I just ran with a gnome wizard. And so when I said, "Oh yeah, he threw all his clothes over," then I realized the wizard was a gnome, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, quickly. You also see him putting his socks on because he had to get the distance to get to you with his clothes. And so, it doesn't see, as a DM and as a player, is that he hears that, but he doesn't matter. But as a DM, that matters to you because you're like, oh, fuck, I just fucked. Like, he's not going to be wearing normal clothes as he's wearing. This is someone that, 4 foot tall, 5 foot things. No, let's add him that he tied his socks into, whatever the fuck.
Just that extra few inches is all it needed. Yeah.
And it means nothing onto them, but as far as you as a DM, it makes you feel better bringing anything closer to there. And so those are the simple things that you can just wing. And you know what? Who cares? Nobody cares but you as a DM.
Oh, that's true.
So,
all right, man. Good game.
Yeah. But that is the end of tonight. Make sure to give us a follow. This will be up on
Here we go. Do it together. It's right down there.
Are we doing it? Oh yeah.
It's right down there.
It's up here.
Oh, it's up here.
Yeah,
I don't know where it is. It's somewhere. Somewhere surrounding me. I don't.
Yeah, so up here, give us a follow, and then on YouTube, give us a subscribe and hit that bell icon. Bell. So every time
give us a reason to come back.
Yeah, we will see you next week with a brand new adventure. But that'll be it for tonight, and thank you for coming along. That'll be it. See you later.
See ya.